In space, no one can hear you scream. Hey guys, Megalotiny10 here with a new alien related video. Now the main reason that I wanted to do this video is that in my previous video, LEGO Aliens vs Predator Custom, I kind of forgot to add in both the alien egg and the chest burster for the Xenomorph accessories. So I decided to make this video to rectify my mistake. Right here I'll be showcasing all the Xenomorphs from the alien life cycle. The custom figure consists of 7 Xenomorphs, ranging from the eggs to the alien queen herself. Note, I made this figure of the alien life cycle. I won't count the other Xenomorph types like the runner from Alien 3, the newborn from Resurrection, and the Praetorian from ABP Requiem. And besides, the movies that those things came from sucked anyway. Furthermore, let's focus on the figure right now. I'm sure you guys will like these custom. Now for starter, I line up the figure in chronological order of their metamorphosis. Right here we're going to start from the A, the Facehugger, Chestburster, Drone, Warrior, Praetorian, and ultimately the Queen. Let's review on the A first. Here they are. Let me get the camera to focus on them. And here they are. Here are the alien eggs. And as you can see here, now in my opinion, the alien eggs are actually the hardest part, which is saying a lot, mainly because it's hard to find the appropriate pieces to represent the eggs. So I actually found these two bags right here, so I decided to use them to represent the eggs. I know they had a necktie right here, but we can try to ignore that. And oh, sorry guys. As you can see here, I actually thought these bags looked pretty good, so especially how hollow they are. So I decided to have them have them as the open eggs. And right here I decided to add more details, such as adding this singular piece of the same color, as you can see, and as well this olive green grass to represent the goo. And honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I think they look pretty good, pretty accurate. And of course, you can actually embed a Facehugger. So place the Facehugger in this position, and you can have it right there. And you got yourself a latching Facehugger. Pretty neat. So that for the alien eggs. Now here we got the Facehugger. Now in my previous video, the Facehugger actually had this part. Oh, originally it had this part, but I decided to go for these pieces instead, which looked pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, I know people will call me out that these aren't the right leg for it because I should use the droid arms, but the problem is they broke a lot. So what am I supposed to do? And besides, I have more droid arms, but they're not really the same color as these, so I want to stay consistent with these pieces because they're in the same color to it. And as you can see, it's actually just a droid body with a 1x1 clip-on piece, and as well a droid arm, as you can see, for the tail. But it can actually grab onto its host, as you can see. Let me take a regular minifigure. As you can see here, you have to place the figure right here, have his arms sticking out, and then place the Facehugger right here in this position, and have the figure to hold it like this, and you got yourself a Facehugger attacking his victim, which looked pretty good. Okay, you can actually have them right here. You can actually clip onto its head, but like this. But I kind of prefer my own method better because it can actually grab onto its entire hair piece. As you can see, maybe get how extended the leg is. Yeah, it looked pretty thick. I'm pretty proud of it. So that's for the Facehugger, and you probably know exactly what happened when a Facehugger finally successfully impregnate his host, a chest burster comes out. Right here, the chest burster, which is a pretty basic figure. Which right here, it's the centerpiece is essentially a red cylinder piece with a base of a red colored base of a lever as the mouth, as you can see. I even stick in a peg to stick it there, and as well the same kind of mold. The tail right here is the same kind of mold that the Xenomorph have. Let me take out one. As you can see, looks pretty good. Let me put this guy again. So this is the Facehugger. And right here, let's start with the drone. Here's the drone right here. Let me move this guy out of the way, and let me represent the drone. Right here, this is the Xenomorph drone. Now, this Xenomorph is actually the very first Xenomorph that we ever saw from this franchise. It actually appeared in Ridley Scott Classic, and also was originally designed by H.R. Giger, as you can see here. Now, the figure is entirely brick built, as you can obviously tell. And the way I made it, I actually used a... Let me get the camera to focus on so you can get a better look. Right here, there it is. And right here, I used a small rod to stick in a one by one brick with a lot of holes. And it's well built on the legs, as you can see here, which are hinge pieces. You can see. Right here, you got the tail right here, which is pretty extended, because I used a black lightsaber as well, putting the arm to make more details. Right here, pretty extended, and it can actually allow the Xenomorph to move without any interruption. And right here, this is the upper body of the Xenomorph. Now, originally, I had actually used to have these arms holding like this, and originally like that, but it kept on falling a lot, and it gets loose, and it's pretty annoying. So I decided to have these in this position instead, and actually doesn't look that bad. It's not that irritating as it originally was. And right here, I even used some robotic arm to give it a more biomechanical feel to it, exactly how the Xenomorph was originally designed. As you can see here, we got these two cones to represent the bones in their scapula. And right here, we got a small stone with a hole on it. And you can see the Xenomorph head is actually much different, because it's actually a dark gray pieces, because originally the Xenomorph, or the Big Champ as people like to call it, in order to distinct him from other Xenomorphs. As you can see here, originally the Big Champ had a very translucent dome, and you can actually see the skull through it. So, and it was actually dark gray color, a very foamy color to it. So I decided to have these two round edges, these dark gray color round edges, to represent that dome. And it doesn't look that bad. I think it looks pretty good and quite accurate. It kind of looked like NECA version of it, in my opinion. So that is for the Big Champ. And now on to the Warrior alien that first appeared in James Cameron Aliens, and as well originally designed by Stan Winston, who also well known for designing the Terminator and Predator. As you can see here, this is indeed the Xenomorph that I frequently shown in my previous video, but I decided to have it as the Warrior since I decided to include the Big Champ. So gray meaning the drone and black meaning the Warrior. As you can see here, it's actually the most well received from my audience in YouTube. As you can see here. It's the same kind of build as the big champ. So that's for the Xenomorph warrior. And now to the big one. Well, not entirely the big one, but definitely the more hardest one to take it out. Maybe because it can actually fall apart. Right here we got the Praetorian. As you can see here, the Praetorian is actually the final stage for the warrior alien once it molts into an alien queen. And you can see it's quite taller. Oh, I forgot to add a side comparison with a minifigure with the Xenomorph because I wanted it to be more a minifigure scale, but they're almost bigger. If I let's do a side comparison, and you can see the Praetorian is much more bigger. Maybe I extended the legs with these type of clip-on pieces, and as well girl pieces to give a more biomechanical feel to it. And then you can see the dome is at the headpiece. Actually, originally it was an alternative headpiece from my previous video, but it's now officially a figure. As you can see here, let me take this thing out. This is the Praetorian headpiece. It actually looks a lot like the Xenomorph Queen crown because it's actually the final stage to it. It's a concept from the comic book that first appeared in the video game comic books, which is pretty cool. Hopefully we can see this guy in the movies one day. And now on to the Xenomorph Queen. Now this is indeed the same Xenomorph Queen that we saw last years ago, and definitely one of my personal favorites from the franchise, and as well one of my favorite customs that I ever made so far. But I feel like I left out some other detail that I failed to cover up. Right here, the Xenomorph Queen it's entirely a brick build, as we can see. And as you can see, the crown is actually, I like how I made the crown, especially the headpiece, exactly how she looked in the second Alien movie. Right here, her hands actually inspired from that grouped brick build figure from one of the Lego Guardians of the Galaxy sets. Right here, we got the creepy fingertips, as you can see, which is pretty nice. It can actually grab onto a minifigure, as you can see. But it can fall apart, but if you hold it correctly, it might hold it for a while. Right here, I even used some biological feature to it because they have a biomechanical feel to it, exactly how H.R. Giger designed it. No, I'm not implying the Xenomorph Queen was designed by hand, it was designed by Stan Winston. But just to give you an idea, right here I even used Paraka feet for her feet. And right here we got the little arms, as you can see. And right here she has the spike on her back, which are hinged pieces, as you can see. It's pretty nice. It happens. But right here I really like is her tail, which it can actually bend a lot. Right here she has a spike that she can impale anyone, like she did when she impaled Bishop and tears him apart in Aliens. So she has a lot of articulation on her head because of the both joints, as you can see. But considering how small the camera, my iPad is, it's kind of hard to capture all the detail, but you can actually see it. You can try to. Okay, that for the Xenomorph Queen. And put the games back in together. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to. And one more thing before I end this video is the fact that if you can see the white dot under which are their teeth, they can actually glow. These are glow in the dark pieces that I found in my toy box, and I thought I'd give it a pretty good effect to it. Let's just turn off the light. As you can see, they glow in the dark. Pretty intimidating, right? Especially the green color to it, kind of like signifying the iconic trademark color for their franchise. Pretty cool. So, that for now. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.